In the past 5 years, the United States national debt ceiling, which is the upper limit set on the amount of money the government may borrow, has been raised 6 times. The reason for these increases is to avoid default, which would happen if the government were to reach the debt limit and then not have the ability to pay off bills. On October 1, 2013, Congress could not come to an agreement over raising the debt ceiling once again, and the government was forced to shut down. Raising the debt ceiling has always been a highly debated topic in Congress, but only recently had it reached its boiling point.
The Democrats believe in much more social programs and for the American people, and the Republicans believe in more of a free market economy and that the economy will take care of its people. So the Democrats are looking for more and more programs in order to help the people, including the Affordable Health Care Act, previously known as Obamacare. This is just another area where it's really good to take care of as much of the public as possible on one level. On the other level, somebody's got to pay for that. And I think the Republicans on that side say we can't pay for everything and we need to let capitalism take care of our people. And therefore, as people get jobs, they can get their health care through their jobs.
The federal government's uncontrollable amount of spending in the past couple of years has led to a toxic situation where every day $6,344,590,737 is added to the debt. This is enough to support 269,409 families of 4 people.
The national debt has been a problem for quite some time. Even in 2009, Alan J. Auerbach and William G. Gale, two economic professors at the University of California, wrote a report about the faltering economy. They discussed how the decline in housing prices, illiquid credit markets, enormous and rapid job losses, and declining consumer confidence would result in a massive deficit. At the end of 2009, the U.S. deficit was a whopping $1.4 trillion. In 2013, Rudolph Penner and Jason Fitchner talk about similar subjects and their potential impact on the United States.
We've been going through threats of shutdown and threats of violating the debt limit for quite a while now. And that's caused a lot of uncertainty in the business community and with consumers. And perhaps more important, it's really caused extraordinary disillusionment with government. And I think those two things really have a depressing effect on decision making and on the economy. I saw an estimate of macroeconomic advisors that suggested that over the last few years we've lost about 0.3% per year of economic growth. Doesn't sound like much, but that accumulates to a lot of money over 2 or 3 or 4 years.
This isn't over yet. All we've done basically is kick the can down now to January 15th. And the important thing is the January 15th date is designed to create yet another brinkmanship crisis, because that's when the next round of sequester cuts is supposed to go through. So basically what Congress has done is basically kick the can down the road yet again, set up another brinkmanship deadline and says we're going to go up to that deadline again, and we'll probably have the same problem in negotiations going into January 14th, the 15th, and we'll see if we can get a deal. I'm not hopeful, and Rudy's right. This just creates an era of uncertainty, and uncertainty creates paralysis. If people are uncertain about the government, the tax code, the economy, they don't spend. They don't go out and invest in jobs. They don't create new jobs. They don't create new businesses, and it leads to retardation in growth.
Congress is now getting more and more concerned with the national spending or spending as well as the debt limit or the debt ceiling, or they wouldn't have taken the action of shutting down the government. Certainly, shutting down the government took a conflict on both sides between the Democrats and the Republicans. But at the same time, their inability to compromise showed how important the issue is and how difficult it is for them as a unit to reach some kind of consensus and move forward.
As the world's biggest economy, the U.S. plays a pivotal role in the global market. International Monetary Fund Chief Christine Lagarde says that they are concerned because of the massive financial consequences for them as well. Lagarde warns that American lawmakers come to a consensus so that the global economy does not go into another recession.
Well, like anything, everything's backed on the U.S. dollar. Oil is priced out in U.S. dollars. International exchange rates are against the U.S. dollar. So I know partners of ours, like our BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, are putting a lot of pressure on our legislators and our leadership to get our debt under control, because they have a lot of debt backed in U.S. dollars, and they don't want to see a default as well. So we either have to get our debt within control, or the international community that's our exchange partners and our trade partners are going to have a lot of pressure to maybe get off of the US dollar, which will have dire consequences for our borrowing.
With the debt, national debt where it is, with the debt ceiling continuing to rise, with Social Security continuing to be a major drain on our government, and now we add an additional social program in the Affordable Health Care Act, sooner or later we're going to have to deal with this issue.
Congress put in place a debt ceiling that is supposed to limit the debt. However, as you can see from this graph, Congress continues to raise this limit, and it has increased exponentially since Reagan's era to where the debt limit appears to be infinite.